Hello, everyone. My name is Eduardo. It's a pleasure to be here today. I am a senior makeup artist for Blushington for over a year. I've been working with makeup for over 19 years. I am an esthetician and a cosmetologist. And it's a real big pleasure to be here with you today doing this second class on my fourth session for the Facebook Live. It is very exciting. Blushington is a premier location for hair, makeup, eyebrows, and dry styling. And since Blushington has been closed because of the pandemic, they came with this amazing idea to bring everything virtually. And it's been such a great idea because now you get actually have more time to work on a one-on-one, or if you miss your friends and if you want to get together, you have a great way to get together with your friends, having a fun time and learn new things on how to take care of your skin or on how to do a new eye and how to work whatever it is kind of makeup that you want to work on. You can actually get a class with Blushington and have an amazing time. Whatever instructor you can choose of your choice. And Blushington also have 6 locations throughout the U.S. in Los Angeles, New York, and Dallas. And it's such amazing places to be. But unfortunately, right now, like I said, it's closed. But we are here for you. And if you guys have any questions with the skincare, or if you want to learn anything about makeup, you can always go on blushington.com and you can always book a class. Whatever class that you feel like you want to book, you actually can customize to your liking. So now that I'm done with my introduction, this is my best friend Tara, and it's a really good. I'm very happy to actually have a great model to do it today, so I can show you guys exactly how to do a really fun eye for the summer, because we're all wearing masks, and it's really like, what am I gonna do for makeup? The only thing that you have left is your eyes, which is perfect. So I'm gonna get Tara's eyes done. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is just to click on my box, so I can just the main one, so you guys can actually see better, and pay attention to the chat box because it's going to be my code and the link to blushington.com, so you guys can get an extra 20% off on the products that I'm going to be showing you, and a lot of other products that you guys can go and look at it. And it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm going to start up first with cleansing my hands, which I already did. I used some Purell. So now my model, I'm going to go ahead and cleanse her eyes. And what I'm using is just, you can just use a cotton with some biotherm, which you can buy at blushington.com, or you can just use some wipes or anything that you can use with cotton, but you want to make sure you want to use some seal water, something very gentle. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean her eyes. Remember, guys, when you're gonna do eyes, you wanna make sure that his eyes are moisturized. Why do you wanna make sure the eyes are moisturized? If you guys have any questions about anything, please go ahead and type it in so I can answer you guys' questions. Any type of questions, it's always best to ask so you guys don't have any questions. The reason why I say you want to make sure you cleanse the eyes is because it's going to not only clean, but it will hydrate the eyes. And once you put the moisturizer in, the makeup will sit better on the eye, and it will be a lot more vibrant, and it will last all day. So now that I clean her eyes, one of my favorite products that I'm going to use is the exfoliant eye cream from Beauty RX. It's one of my favorites. Not only exfoliate your eye, but it will hydrate your eye, and you will make your makeup, your foundation, and your concealer lay on your skin a lot better. And you don't need to use a lot of it. You're just gonna use a drop of it. Just one drop of it, it will be enough for both eyes. Now, I'm not applying it on myself, so I'm not gonna use my fingers. If you're gonna apply it on yourself, you wanna use your ring fingers, emulsify it, and apply it in a circle clockwise motion. Now, I'm gonna use a foundation brush to apply it because I'm applying it on my client. You apply it very lightly, dabbing under the eye. And this eye cream is amazing because if you apply it in the morning time, it takes eye puffiness away. It makes your eyes so much firmer within very short period of time. That's why it's amazing to wear exfoliating eye cream because it will regenerate your skin. And that's what it's about. It's about regeneration. See, you apply it very gently in the eye area. Now that the eye are very emulsive, like very moisturized, we're gonna go ahead and start with the eye. So what I like to do is, instead of using a concealer like a lot of people like to use, I like to use color correct. Reason being, you want to correct the color of your eye, especially if you have dark circles or anything of like any kind of like spots, sunspots on your eyes. The color correct, it will correct the color of your eyes without making look like it's so cakey. It's very, very fine and it's very light. It's very natural looking and it's really, really nice. And you can use the color correct as a primer. And I love to do that because not only makes it last longer, it looks very natural. It comes with different colors. If you have a darker tone, you can mix with the lighter tone and you can mix and make your own color, depending on your shade. It comes with different shades. So I'm gonna apply the darker shade because she's been at the beach, so I'm gonna apply the darker shade on top of her lid. And you wanna apply a generous amount on the top of the lid, very gently. And this, even if you don't want to do your eyes with you want to do eyeshadows, you just want to put like a foundation and you want to wear a concealer, I recommend wearing the color corrector because it makes your eyes totally open. It's really, really pretty. So you apply this very gently with the foundation brush, which is a Bedallion brush. Blushington has it. It's amazing. It comes in a set. Bedallion is amazing. It lasts forever. Every time that you use it, you wash gently with gentle soap and it's clean. Even if you apply it on yourself, you always want to make sure that you wash your makeup brushes. Like the foundation brush, you want to wash after every use. Other brushes, you want to wash or clean it. You want to clean it after every use, but I like to wash mine every other day. Okay, now that I applied that on the top of the lid, it's gonna be a little emollient because it has a lot of moisture from the cream and it has a lot of moisture from the corrector. So what do we wanna do now? You wanna set it with the powder. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna use the Jouer, it's Jouer powder. It's a setting powder that you can use it for your face, but you can just use it to set it on the eye. So you take the oil away because when you're gonna do your eyeshadow, you don't wanna have a lot of oils on you from the corrector because the eyeshadow won't go lightly on it. It's not gonna move as softly and gonna go smoothly. Once you set it, now it's like a velvet, so it's gonna move a lot more softer on the face. So now I'm gonna apply it, and you can apply it with a big brush that I'm gonna show you. You apply it with a big brush. Now that I talk all, now it's nice and set. I'm gonna start with the eyes. One thing at Blushington that we love to do about these Bedalia brushes, we can do a whole eye with one brush, the Bedalian 785, which is a fluffy brush. It's amazing. You can do the whole eye with this brush. And today I'm gonna be using Becca, the rose gold Becca. I'm doing her eye with a little bit of highlighter. I just want to highlight the inner corner of her eyes. And then I'm also going to be using Anastasia of Beverly Hills. Anastasia of Beverly Hills, Soft Glow. It has many amazing colors in there that you can work for the winter, you work for the summer, autumn. Is really, really amazing. I love this compact. It works for all year long. So now I'm gonna start with her inner corner of her eye. The inner corner of her eye. With the inner corner of her eyes, I'm just going in a circle motion, bringing up to her eyebrow. One thing about Tara's eye, she has hooded eyes, and like some Asian girls has hooded eyes, so it's really difficult to make their eyes to go this way. So Tara has hooded eyes, so we want to make her eyes look round and open. So that's why you want to open up the inner corner of the eyes, because I'm going to show you on how to open her eyes, because you don't want to go up too much with the darker eyeshadow. So I'm going to show exactly how to do it. So now that I got the shimmer of the highlighter in the inner corner, her eyes are open. So now I'm gonna come back with the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna use the lightest color of the palette, and I'm gonna just tap it on her lid and some under her brow. I just wanna open her eyes, some on the lid and under her brows. And that's what's it about when you have hooded eyes. You wanna make the eyes larger and rounder. So now that I'm doing that, I'm gonna go over with the color that's gonna make it pop in 1 second. And since I'm doing shimmery eyes, I'm gonna go with the glistening, which is a little golden color. And every time that you apply color, you press the brush against it, you take the excess out, you dab it, and you go on the eye. Don't actually just go with the whole color on the eye, because it's gonna be harder to blend. Every time that you put it on, you take a little bit out, and you wanna hold the brush in the end of it, because you wanna make sure it's light. Closer you get, more color you're putting onto your eye. So you wanna hold it very, very far away from the top, and you wanna just go like this. Remember, this is a daytime shimmery eye. Do the same thing on this side. Now that her eyes are nice and open, her eyes are nice and open now. So what do we want to create? We want to create depth, which is the darker colors. That's what's going to create the angle of her eyes. And with hooded eyes, it's very tricky. So you have to know exactly what you're going to do. So I'm using rustic, which is a fairish brownish color. I'm gonna just build up. It's better to build than to put too much color and then try to blend it. So I'm gonna start to build her color, and I'm gonna find her eyebrow bone and her crease, which is right here. This is her crease, but because her eyes is hooded, I wanna do a bit lower than that. So I go right here, very, very lightly. Very, very lightly. Because I want her eyebrow bone to show so her eyes look more round. So I'm gonna go right below her brow bone, back and forth. You're gonna go back and forth like a wind wipe. You go back and forth like a wind wipe. And you do the same thing in the next eye. You go back and forth like a wind wipe. And if you have a darker skin complexion, you just make the toner, like that's why I love this eyeshadow palette. You just make the tone of the color darker. For an example, I would use the color that's darker for my eyes because I have darker tone than her. So now I'm gonna go back and just make sure that I go back and forth, just creating depth within her eye. Her eyes are super round right now, are open, and she has hazel eyes, so it's making really, really nice and popping. But it's all about where you position the colors. You have to know where the bones are. You have to like measure things, especially if you have hooded eyes. So you go back and forth. You just make sure everything is nice and blended because you don't want anything to be with demarcation lines. You want everything to go from light to dark gradually. That's why holding the brush from the end is very, very important. So now I created some depth with her eye. And that's not exactly what I wanted it. I'm gonna go, look up. I'm gonna take whatever fallout I have under her eye. Now that I did that, I wanna get a smaller brush because with hooded eyes, I'm gonna actually go with this. With hooded eyes, you wanna get a smaller brush because you're gonna, whenever you're gonna darken the corners, you don't wanna go too high up. You're gonna make a very small V on the corner, like right here, very small V, and you blend it in. And you don't go all the way up. So you get back your fluffy brush and you go in a circle motion, creating that nice roundedness in the eye. That's why you use the smaller brush so you can go exactly where you need to go and not go higher than that. You're just gonna go a little bit right here as if you're gonna make an eyeliner, and you're just gonna bring it in. So you go back and you do the same thing in the next eye. You make it as if you're making an eyeliner, and then you just bring it in, but you don't go too high up. You just make a V going this way, and you just bring it in, and that is gonna create the corner of the eyes to make it the rounder shape. And then you go back with the fluffy brush with no eyeshadow in it, and you just blend it in. And that's how you create that depth within the eye. And it's very, very easy to do. This is which is just two eyeshadows, and that's how her eyes are much more rounder. Do you understand? So now what I want to do, I want to get the eyeliner. I'm using the Stila eyeliner, the brown eyeliner. It has a little bit shimmer in it. Open, look up. And I'm gonna come halfway. Especially if you have green eyes, the brown, it makes your eyes even greener. So you just bring it halfway. Now that you did that, you come back with the Dalian brush. It's a fine Dalian brush. Look up. And you smudge it. You smudge the liner, you go over it, and it's gonna give the nice smoky brown look because the eyeliner is brown. So it's gonna give you the nice look. And reminder, if you have green eyes, it makes it look super gorgeous. And this is not it. I have a lot to show you guys. Steel is one of my favorite lines, and they have amazing things that you can, I mean, all the brushes and the liners that they have to work with is so much fun. It's so exciting to work with. I just love it so much. I mean, her eyes are super brown, green, the green are like super popping right now. And I'm not even done with her eyes. This is one of my favorites. And it comes in brown and it comes in black, which is the Stila liquid liner. And I'll show you guys. It's super fine, the point. So whenever you guys, if you have a problem with making a straight line, you can just stamp it and it will make the line for you. You just look at your, position your eyes a certain way and it just makes the line just by stamping it. It's amazing. It's super easy to use and it makes the best wing liner in the story. I love it. So now open your eyes and look down. I'm gonna make the wing liner. Look down. It's the easiest eyeliner to make, the wing liners. I love it so much. It's so easy. It's very, very easy to do. Boom. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sure you guys can. This is the wing liner. It takes 2 seconds to do. A child with her eyes closed can do it. It's very, very easy to do. Now I'm gonna go over with a little bit of powder, closing, just in the ends because I like to connect it a little. Okay. Perfect. And this is my favorite part of this, which is the Stila. It's like a liquid gold. I love this so much. And you can just make any eyeshadow you can put on top of anything. You can put on your cheeks. And I love this because it makes like this beautiful shine over the eyes. So I'm just dabbing it all over it. It's very easy to work with. It's like one of my favorite things to work with from Stila. And it's amazing. It's so gorgeous. It's very, very nice and shimmery. You can just go over with the fluffy brush just to spread it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's very nice and sparkly. And it's beautiful when you put your mask on and you have this nice air of sparkle, you know? At this times, we all need a little bit of sparkle. And this is my favorite mascara. It's by Kevin Aquan. It's very nice, easy to use. And what I like about it is because the brush, the little brush is so fine, and you want to go really, you want to look up and go in the roots and wiggle it. Look down. And it totally makes your eyes look, it makes your eyes so open, and it makes your lashes super long. It's really, really, really amazing. It's such a nice product. Kevin Kwanzaa mascara is a really, really amazing one. Like it's one of my favorite products for Kevin Kwan is the neon blushes, the mascara, and one thing that I'm gonna use right now is because you can never forget to do your eyebrows, of course, which is the brunette pencil. It's very, very fine if you guys can see it. So you can actually make the strokes of the hair. And remember, you want to hold in the end of it so you can really get your eyebrows really, really perfect, the shape that you want. So now I'm going to go over her eyebrows because you want to make sure the eyebrows are nice and perfect. I'm so sorry. Okay, what shade Still Liquid eyeshadow did you use? I'm so sorry that I have not been paying attention to the chat. The Stila shade it's called a Kitten Karma. The Kitten Karma. And the Kevin O'Connor mascara. Okay, everything should be there. Yeah, the Kitten Karma and the Golden Goddess are one of the best. So now I always like to to extend a little bit the eyebrows. You know, so her eyebrows are not so long, but she has great fluffy brows. So I'm just extending it a little bit, and this pencil is great for that because it gives you a nice extension, and it makes it look a very, very natural. And one other thing that I can never let you ladies forget is, of course, that we're gonna do our eyes. But one thing that is really amazing to have, especially because in the summertime is really hot, is Herborium. It has SPF 15, and it's a very light CC cream, which covers all your imperfections. It makes your face look super smooth, and it doesn't come off on the mask. So if you're gonna wear a mask, you have to go out to dinner. That's the thing to go. So I'm gonna apply a little bit on her face so you guys can see what it will look like. Her shade is Claire. It comes out white, but it will morph into your skin tone. So go on blushington.com and you find the exact tone shade for yourself. Because sometimes wearing, wearing a foundation, it comes all over the mask and things like that. So you don't want your mask out full of makeup. So this is the thing to wear right now, especially at this time in the summer. It's really hot. It's really like sweaty, and you want to still have dewy, beautiful skin. This gives the perfect even tone skin. And look how even tone her skin is. It's perfect, even, dewy, and she's ready to go to her dinner. All she needs is a little blush. She's ready to go. Just set her a little bit. Now we're gonna go over with a little Kevin Aquan. It's called Neon Bronzer, and it's amazing on sunrise light and a little bit of a Stila cream blush. A little bit of a Stila cream brush. The cream blush is amazing because it will last you longer if you put a little bit of cream blush and then go over with regular blush. So it stays on all day. It won't come off. And here it is. The whole eye look is ready to go. And tell me what you guys think. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me today. Please go on blushington.com and check it out. Just come closer a little bit. This is her eye look. It's very easy to achieve. You guys can go on blushington.com. You guys find all the products there. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you, guys.